Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
McIntyre.
Yeah. I'm not with you.
Yeah.
We're not together. And we're not even in the same room.
Not mixed together.
not mixed together.
Not mixed together. All right. Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Oh, man. Got not a whole lot, I guess, but I have just been, I think I talked about the saga of my mom's bass.
Yeah.
You know, working on it. The clear coat failed, so I sanded that shit back just yesterday because I wanted that clear coat to really be solid so I could just sand it pretty much all the way back and smooth things out. And I had to basically reprime on certain spots, repaint. So that's the stage I'm at right now. I'm on a second coat of paint. I had to sand back a little even more today because it's not, I don't know what it is. I think just the body kind of sucks. I probably could have skim coated it with something. Or
did talk about it maybe on an episode. I know we talked a little bit more on Patreon, but it was like a silver tone, kind of just shitty.
Yeah, it's not a very
bass.
good bass. It's like a cheap bass, like a $100 bass.
Yeah, it's like
if that. Yeah, in good condition,
like brand new, maybe.
Yeah, like brand new. You know, not the shit pawn shop find. You know, like if it was like a good bass. And yeah, I've basically, it's just a project. It could have been like, just get a new bass, Mom, you know?
Yeah.
But it's left-handed, so it's specialty, right?
Mm-hmm.
To find one that's cheap, whatever. So I took it on, you know, my mom asked me to do it. So I'm like, yeah. I'm going to do it. She's like, could you, you know, repaint this? And I'm like, yeah, well, if I'm going to repaint it, if I have everything off of it, I might as well put things on it that are good.
Yeah.
So I've done... I have them. I got to redo. I mean, I have this stuff. Seymour Duncan quarter pounder going in there.
Yeah.
You know, it might be too hot of a pick. Actually, they're not even that hot of a pickup, but they're just a thicker, give me a better sound.
Yeah.
Than whatever the fuck was in there. Like the dude had drilled through, like he took stuff apart and put it back together and put a screw through. Literally, like the wire came underneath the pick guard and he ran a screw through the wire.
Yeah.
So like.
Which is kind of like a shit show when you open it up and start taking it apart. And you're like, all right.
Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. It's already disgusting. Like the pick guard's right here.
Yeah.
Right there. I don't know if I showed it close up last time. But, like man, it's nasty. It's disgusting. It looks like it survived a fucking fire. Mm-hmm. Like it looks like the dude who crawled out, like in the RoboCop, the guy who's dripping with like his skin. Just that's what it looks like, dude. And then they just run him over, you know?
That's such an awesome movie.
Yeah,
Dead or Alive, creep. You're coming with me.
Yeah.
TJ Laser.
Well, I'm going to Murph you if you're not careful, dude. All they have left of you is just like tissue.
Yeah,
you know,
like my brain.
Spinal cord and a brain.
Yeah. And they're like, this guy we need to rebuild.
Yeah, this is the one we need to, you know.
What the hell's he going to do all day? I don't know, play Switch and fucking drink beers?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Drink beer, play Switch, yell at kids, you know, riding their bike too fast on your ride their bike up your driveway.
Fucking joy riding around here.
Yeah, it's like the safest place to be, you know, not in the street. Anyways, it's not really safe when they're around me.
Yeah.
No place is safe.
I'm a fucking
yeah, so I've, you know, done some stuff to it. I got to replace the nut on it. Mm-hmm. So I bought a nut. I bought like a bone nut.
Yeah.
That was, this neck is really close to a, what's it called? A jazz bass.
Okay, yeah.
But the contour, I don't know if the actual radius is going to be the same. So might have to do some modification on it, but it'll be, you know, it's a learning experience too. So it's all going to be, you know, I can't say
nice.
Fun.
Yeah. It's going to be
real nice.
It's going to be an experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be tough getting the old one out. I know it's going to break. It's
going to break in pieces. You got to get that shit out.
Yeah. Cause I want to compare the, you know, contour of the old one, but anyways, got a bridge coming in. I'm like, well, I could put the original like piece of shit like Actually, this is an American one, American fender bridge, but it looks very similar.
Yeah.
You know, this thing, it's all fucking rusted and like it's gross. Like it's got cheese all over it too, dude. So there's paint on it. Like this dude
clean it up, but nah.
I could, but I have a bridge coming in, like a high mass bridge.
Yeah.
So paid like, I don't know, paid just put some money down on this stuff. You know, whatever. It's a project for me. Make it nice for my mom. And then if she wants, I told her, I'm like, don't sell this thing now that I've put all this time in it. Yeah. Just if you want a better one, because it's still going to probably play not very well.
I know money's probably really tough for you nowadays, but you just
no. To your mom. I don't mean like that. Like I put some work into this. It's got
exactly.
At least if you're gonna, if you want to get rid of it, at least let me take the pickups back, and I'll take that stuff off of it.
Yeah, you could use it for something else.
Yeah, because these aren't specifically left-handed parts. Like
yeah, you could.
There are like the pick guard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you could put the bridge and pickups in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll take that shit out and whatever. But anyways, it's been a bit of a chore, but that paint keeps failing on me, or the I don't know what it is, but there's like a hydrophobic spot on there. When I spray it, it like causes it to. I don't even know what's happening. I gotta I don't know. It's causing it to like dimple.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna keep spraying it until it goes away. But I painted it, sanded it again, and painted it, and I'm gonna sand it again. And if it doesn't, after like the third or fourth coat of paint, we'll see. If it's still there, then I'll just slap a sticker on it.
Just glob it on.
Yeah, there you go, Mom. So, anyways, I guess that my mom's base the saga continues.
Yeah.
With that one, I literally just spray painted it before. What was that?
Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's I just literally spray painted it right before. I put like the first coat again. I guess it's not the first coat, but it's the first one back. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how to say. Today I kind of wanted to finish before I go to see my mom, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it'll just have to be like, all right, well, I have your base ready. Come and get it whenever.
Yeah. Next time I see you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, my sister's base.
Yeah.
I'm working on that one, which it's right here in the, for everyone on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, it's on YouTube. Right?
Yeah.
It's just a Squire Affinity.
Yeah.
It's like late 90s, pre-war, base. Before they were making them in like Indonesia, I think. So this is like the Chinese one, which actually has a little more heft to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Rosewood fretboard, but it looks so much better with a freaking black pickguard.
Yeah.
Like
really.
Like the other pickguard is right here, and you can barely see it. It's like blended in on the wall. Like it's white. It looks disgusting too.
You can kind of see mine on the back. It's like.
Yeah. One ply.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks so much better.
Yeah. Just a
black
white or Olympic white, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then black. Like that's the way to go. Super easy.
Yeah. So I have a Gun Street harness in there, and I wasn't gonna do it, but I threw in the I had another set of quarter pounders I bought recently.
Yeah.
So I threw them in there. So I bought two sets.
Mm-hmm.
One went to my mom. One was going to go into the BDora base.
Mm-hmm.
So the purple base I was working on. But with a cracked headstock, I'm like, well, let me just put this pick up in there, and it'll sound better and whatever. So this one's ready to go with, I have a new bridge on there, which is, I literally bought like an $8 bridge, which is like the replacement style.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same one. Just threw it on there. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
New pickguard, new harness, new pickups. This thing's gonna be screaming soon, so it'll be good.
No, that'd be good.
So
pretty much all the things you would want to replace on a base.
Yeah, and of course, like anything I do on this base I'm not gonna be appreciated for it. Let's tell my sister it. So she was over
if she plays it.
Yeah, she was over here the other day, and I was like, "Oh yes, I did this, and this." She's like, so you're not going to paint it? I'm like, okay. No, I'm not.
Kids today.
But you're painting Mom's. Like, yeah, I'm painting Mom's because she's my mom and she's done a lot of things for me. What have you done for me?
Not taking me
Goose
to the
egg.
fucking airport, that's for sure.
Yeah, that
without
she did.
Fucking lip though.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Dude.
What have you?
That was a Patreon story, dude. Okay, I don't like you sharing it on the main.
Oh, what have you?
Actually, did I share it on the main?
I don't
think I did.
What have you given me besides lip?
That's a bunch of lip service.
just
yeah, light her up. Yeah. So you're not gonna paint it? I'm like, fuck, dude.
Kids today.
No, I'm already having a hard time painting this one.
Yeah.
This other base. You're not getting shit.
Right.
You play this, then yeah, we'll talk about it. Because it probably needs a new neck.
Here's a can of Krylon. Figure it out.
Yeah. She's a fucking painter. That's another thing. I'm like, it's white. It's perfect. You can paint it however you want it. So, anyways.
All right, Picasso, get on there. Here you go.
Yeah. So it looks really good, just how it is. But I need to throw strings on it. I need to do a setup.
Yeah. That'd be one. Good one to fuck around with your, skills on setting the neck and intonation stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't remember how it played before. It probably plays like dog shit. But the neck, probably needs to get a new neck. But I'm not gonna pay for it. If she wants to, if she's gonna play it and like, oh, I love doing this, then yeah, you buy it. I'll put it on. I'll do that shit for you.
Yeah, you really probably can get away without a new neck. I think you'll be.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, it's so weird. Like on the headstock, like right around the edge, it looks like someone gouged in like a spot to put like guitar strings in or something. I don't even know.
Weird.
It's like cut in. Yeah, I don't even. Anyways, so yeah, that's what's new music wise, I guess.
Well, I guess you also.
Oh well, I guess not quite. I did
something in the way of ones and zeros.
Can we talk about it?
Early or late or whatever Christmas birthday gift.
Yeah.
I think we used to like exchange gifts a lot more.
Yeah. And I think some asshole moved away.
Not even that. It just, I think even before you moved out, it's like moved away. It's like, I didn't get you anything. I don't know.
He just wants an 8200. I can't afford that.
Well, it's like, yeah, because you kept definitely, I don't know, times whatever. We didn't exchange gifts, Kyle and I. And then Johnny would still keep the train alive.
Yeah, we
and
just
give us,
wait for Johnny to show up.
Get birthday gifts and Christmas and stuff like that. That's why I'm like, oh, stoked that we like got him the Switch. Like, all right, Johnny's gonna be busy for a while.
Get him out of here.
Give him a Switch and Pokemon. He'll be like, he's 40 years old. He's like,
thanks,
guys.
Thanks, bros.
He loves his Pokemon. Oh yeah, it's a good way to go. But I'm like, oh, I haven't gotten you anything. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? There was a sale for Line 6 for Black Friday, whatever. For the software, HX Native. So if you owned a Helix,
well, of course, you
line,
could only buy that, though, right?
Essentially, yeah. So if you owned,
I mean, because you are Native American.
Exactly. Yeah.
We need to stress that more. Actually, I think we need to lean into that a little more.
Yeah, I think we should. I've done that a couple of times. Like I was in guitar groups. I'm like, oh yeah, if you want to support like Blackfoot, podcast, guitar podcast, you can support. And then a lot of people are like, oh, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I am Blackfoot Native American. I guess listeners who don't know, but we don't lean into that. It's like no, we're a podcast. Like we're just fucking the dogs.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of people are, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm like, you guys suck. Yeah. That's why you're gonna check out my podcast. Not because of like we're I don't know. I think we're funny, and I think we have a different take on some music and guitar podcasts. But I'm like, no, just because I said I was Blackfoot, they're like, oh, I better support it. And I'm like,
yeah, Brian, you go to as many like powwows as I go to clan meetings, so it's like we're you
could have said something about being Irish, but I guess yeah, okay, all right, that's what we're doing. But yeah, and I thought that was
it's 0, by the way, just so you know. They clear that up.
Both are 0. He's not doing any Irish jigs either.
Nope. Nope.
But Yeah. Anyways, we need to lean into that more. Maybe we'll get more fans.
Yeah. It's not quality what we're trying to go for. We're trying to sell ourselves out.
Just guilt.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, I can have less guilt if I listen to them talk about just hentai and like shitting themselves for an hour.
Whatever gets you through the day, man.
Sounds good. And talking about how cool Matt and Shane is for an hour for 260 episodes. Yeah, so I'm Matt and Shane this week.
So, anyways, Helix Native.
Yeah, so I got Helix Native because it was $50. I'm like, okay, special. Normally $100 if you own a Helix product. So HX Stomp, HX Effects, whatever it is, all that shit. You get it for $100 normally. Out the door any day of the week. And then now for Christmas, Black Friday, they're running for $50. I'm like, okay, I heard some good things from 2 reliable sources. I got RJ from Teletalks and Budget Pedal Chap say it's the same thing as the Helix shit, but it's just on your computer in a plugin. Like, all right, that's how Kyle records.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get this. So I bought it and I used my, because I have my Stomp registered to my account. I bought it and I gave you my login and stuff like that so you could download it and, for
That's
you.
illegal.
Well, I mean, essentially, it's one license that you have. I don't have it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, cool. Because I'm like, that's going to be something you're going to use. I wouldn't really use that. I don't need another way to record guitar that I'm not recording at the moment.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it was fun getting that installed. I think because you had told me you had got it. I think I saw it like 10 o'clock. Or no, I think it was earlier in the day, right? You had said something here's a login.
I think I bought it before I went to work because I'm like, the deal was done.
Yeah, you did like screenshot.
Well, the deal was going to be done in a couple days. I'm like, if I don't get it, and it was like payday, I'm like, let me just get it now and send it to you. Because I'm going to do the same thing where I forget. I'm like, oh, good. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And not that I'm trying to like skimp on getting you a gift, but if like it's something that I'm like, possibly he'll like this.
Yeah.
Or he won't. But at least I just spent $50 instead of $100. And so on paper, it sounded like it's right up your alley. I'm like, I think he's going to like this. I think it'll work with his writing workflow and how he records and plays because you're basically all in the box. You have a really powerful computer, more than mine, and you can rely on it to be plug-in heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that seems more up his alley. For me, I'm like, I don't know, it would probably gas my computer if I was like, all right, here's 5 tracks of guitars, all using all computer plug-in. But the fucking thing would levitate like a fucking drone. There's a fan on that thing.
It emits its own light, like just out of all the cracks in the metal, and then it just vaporizes.
Yeah. But anyway, so send it to you. So basically, it just gave you my Line 6 login, and then you just follow the prompts or whatever and get it on your computer. And you were saying it was tough, like the steps or whatever, because was it VST2? But
yeah, so it had VST2 and VST3, but when you downloaded it, it only put VST3 on your computer. Mm-hmm. If you just clicked like just download it, the recommended download.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, I'm looking for it on my fucking computer. Okay, well, I'm hunting through. I'm having to re-downloading it to figure out where the path went. Like, because it's like, where the fuck did it go? It put it in like a random ass spot too.
Yeah, because you wanted to find the plugin in your DAW.
Most of the time, it puts it in like program files, right? But this was in common files. All right. It's a program. Why is it going in common files? Which I don't even know what the real difference is, but everything I download goes like a program. Everything I have running on here goes to program files. Every video game, it's anything.
It's a plugin, so it's not a standalone.
I know
thing.
I know.
Is that kind of why?
So some of the Helix stuff went into program files, and some of it went to, the common files. Yeah. So I had to figure, and then before you can to activate it, you have to download the licensing program.
Yeah.
And then you have to get the setup. You have to go through all this shit to get it. And then I'm like, okay, there it is. I fucking found it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to load it into Reason. I'm like, okay, I get it's not the newest Reason. They're on Reason 12 now, but it's like one behind. I should be able to get this. And like looking up in forums, and people are like, yeah, I got it working by deleting the setup drive, whatever the download thing that you got initially. I'm like, I can't even find that. It's not even in here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Going through all these different
forums and Reddit and shit like that.
Yeah. And finally, someone's like, VST3 is not supported yet in Reason, like any Reason programs. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to re-download it.
Yeah.
But go into like the custom download.
Yeah.
And select VST2. And then I put it in. It was like, oh, did you want to play some guitar today? It was like, and at that point,
no, I wanted to play guitar yesterday. God damn it, it's in the fucking burn of the midnight hour here.
Yeah, exactly. It was like 12:30. I finally got it working. I had been trying for like an hour and a half to get this fucking bullshit working. So finally, I got it. Yeah, and once I started like making a song, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. After I like had a direction, it's super easy, by the way.
Yeah.
But I started playing something, and then like the next day, I like finished out and fleshed out a whole song.
Yeah.
So, but it's great. It actually is really easy to use, and it sounds amazing. It sounds great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I downloaded some of your patches that you have.
Yeah.
Your presets.
Yeah, my presets that I have.
Your punk presets.
Mm-hmm. So I had mentioned, and I was like texting Colin, like, I kind of want to see if this actually works, and so I was texting you not to be like, hey, get off your ass and do this, enjoy my present.
I'm trying.
I kind of wanted to see like this is gonna work or whatever, and then you finally got it, and then like I was like, okay, cool. No, I totally understand how that sucks because it's like midnight, 1 o'clock or whatever. You're like, okay, I'm not really gonna dive into this too much, and then the next day you got back to me, you're sending me song samples or whatever. And just ideas, you're like, oh, this sounds great. Like, this is like, and like, you said, like, this sounds really awesome. It's so easy to use. This is a great plugin. And I couldn't tell if you were just pulling my chain.
Yeah, this is really fucking great.
And I'm like, dude, I honestly can't tell if you're serious or not. That's how I guess, like, we don't compliment each other in an honest, earnest way. Yeah. When we text each other, I'm like, I can't tell if you think this sucks or not. Like, do you honestly like it? And you're like, no, I do. I actually like this. Thanks. And I was like, cool. I was like stoked that like, $50 and it's like something that you could use. One of the reasons why I guess maybe glossed over it, why it would work so well for Kyle, because he records everything kind of guitar wise DI into his Focusrite going into Reason, and then he puts a plugin on top of it. So he has his DI recorded guitar track or bass track, and then he'll put a plugin on top of it. Mainly, you did get the Waves like PRS plugin a while ago, and it's cool, but just it wasn't really your style. Didn't have as much tweakability.
Yeah, it's just everything kind of sounds the same. Mm-hmm. There's no, I want to EQ this. You change the mid, the bass, the treble, and you're like, it does not sound any different.
And then
what the hell are those for?
You were using a lot of your included plugins with Reason, which I'm sure they like you said, they sound good, but it's like, okay, that's not. Reason isn't really a guitar based,
it's not basic guitar. I think it's probably meant more as an idea, lay it down.
Yeah. Which I'm sure you can just get that and make it work. And then I'm like, okay, well, the Helix thing is a full on. It's everything that's in the Stomp, but now in your DAW. It's everything they didn't cut any corners. You'd be like, oh, let's make this sound shittier. It's like, no, this is exactly what it is. So whatever you put in and tweak is what you can get out of it. And I'm like, okay. You instantly started sending me songs. I'm like, those sound great. It sounds way better. And you were like kind of tweaking. I'm like, okay. It's easy to create a patch and using these amps and the cabs and everything included. Load IRs as you need to.
Yeah. I got to dive into that a little more, but and work on some IRs, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I know you can make your sound a lot better, but just right now they have their standard whatever's in that preset.
Newest update to Helix and stuff like that, like the cabs are vastly improved. So
nice.
I'm sure that's kind of what you're getting out of it. But yeah, I was stoked. I'm like, okay, cool. It was an idea I had. I'm like, let's see if he likes it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad that'll help you, record guitar and music better. So I was like,
well, thank you so much. It's I think once I started playing it, it was like instant inspiration. Like,
yeah,
okay,
because you sent me playing a couple songs. I'm like, oh, these sound great. They sound awesome. And Easy Drummer.
Do you want to put them at the end of this episode or what?
Yeah, you send me a couple, or put them in the drive or whatever.
I'll send you that one. I have one that's fleshed out. There's no lyrics but it could be. It could be.
Hearing a lot of really cool overtones and stuff like that with the guitar that you're doing, and I'm like, yeah, you're adding some. I don't know if you are adding delay or just the way it's played and kind of works
some
out.
of it, yeah.
Your picking patterns. I'm like, yeah, I like it. And what's cool is you can do that all in the DAW. So I'm like, you don't need a separate, pedal to plug into your interface. Just go guitar cable in.
You could if you want to.
Could, yeah. But I'm like, the way that you record, I'm like, oh, cool. And I don't know if you have tried it yet, but bass with the Stomp yet, or the Helix native. Or
I have, yeah.
I think it's pretty awesome. But I know you have a separate.
I have that Ampeg one. Because I can't. I'm sponsored. Can't.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's Ampegs in the.
You think I got this bad boy for free? No, they made me pay full price.
I think you got that Ampeg plugin for free.
Yeah, I did get that Ampeg plugin, but this classic behind me here, this big ass paperweight.
Yeah, that wasn't free.
It was not free, so I'm not sponsored.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, awesome. I was texting RJ. I'm like, okay, because I'm like, oh, I can buy this for Kyle or buy this and have him use it, right? And so he kind of said, yeah, just have him. Don't you download it? I think was the thing. It was like, have you download it and you log into my account and just take it from there. I'm like, cool. I think,
so you're not going to use it at all?
No, because I think it's only one per. I don't know. I think I would have to license it or whatever the license is. I think you have it. So
okay. I think there's 5 licenses available.
Really? Okay.
And you have your computer already set up.
Oh, really? Okay.
For one.
Oh, that's awesome. Then.
So
I probably won't use it.
At least that's what it looked like on when I shared mine. When I looked at it.
Cool. Yeah. So at least you got it and you're using it. That was pretty.
We'll put that song at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do lead in, I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Do it.
Get that going. But yeah, no, shit sounded really good. Even if it's all these digital things. I'm like, they sound pretty real, and at least better than the shit that we recorded back when we were in high school with real drums, real amps.
Yeah, and spent hours in the studio and tons of money.
Yeah,
tons of money for a child.
Yeah, for
a
boy.
I walked. For the boy Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
No, I walked dogs to pay for that shit. Sold guitars and shit.
Yeah, and then I'm like, Easy Drummer. I'm like, man, that sounds really fucking good.
You don't need a drummer anymore.
And then you're not even using a Helix or anything. You're just using the plug-in, the HX native or whatever. I'm like, that sounds pretty fucking good too.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, the future is a movie. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I'm stoked. I'm stoked you dig it.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I don't know. Do you ever I do giving a gift that somebody likes? I'm like, yes. And hearing that they do like it, and I'm like, that's kind of as I don't know.
Shit. What am I gonna get you now?
Your kind of goal for you're like, I don't know,
a plug or something. Get you a couple plugs.
Yeah, just my ass. My astronauts.
Just put them with your figures.
Mm-hmm.
See if anyone sees them in the back. What the fuck?
What the hell, dude? But yeah, anyway, the goal, always a goal for Christmas. I'm like, I gotta get somebody or get people gifts that they're gonna like,
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, you could just give here's a candle. Cool. I mean, you can use it, but it's also what the hell is this? I'm like, no, I want something you can use.
Yeah.
I mean, gift cards are always a good go-to. But if you do a gift card to some place that they like, then I'm like, okay, at least
Macaroni Grill.
Yeah.
Didn't these close 4 years ago?
Tough shit, bitch.
Oh, dang. Sorry, dude.
Well, that's crazy, man. I don't know. Oh,
that sucks for you.
Wish I could get my money back.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. You take it back.
You take it back.
You never get them anything else.
Yeah, but no, I'm digging it. So I'm stoked to hear like some more of the ways that you use it. Not even just like rock and punk music, but maybe adding those to some of your
I have gone back through a couple songs and just kind of played around and tried to make them better.
Yeah.
And you know, it might not work always that way, but I had a song, actually that song I published that I put out, I'm like, well, can I make this better with a plugin? I still kept everything that I had on the guitar track that I did and put it in there. I'm like, I can't really find that, but maybe I just need to, you know, I just got it. So
yeah, dive in and find that sound.
Probably can figure, you know, make it sound better.
It's kind of cool is like, oh yeah, and mention how you record. It's like you're all just DIs and you're putting plugins on top of it.
Yeah.
You could always just now click and drag the Helix plugin on top of it and start tweaking. And I'm like,
yeah.
Now your guitar parts that you've already played and you like, oh, you could probably just punch those up a little bit.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go back and change
I could redo them too. That's the other thing is I released that song. It's just a single though, but it might go on the record. It might not. It might go on my, you know, synth record. It might be just a standalone. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But anyways, I guess I had one more what's new.
Yeah, what you got?
And that was I got like a freaking cow skull, dude. Like a freaking I should have brought it in here. Should have hung it on the guitar hangers. But
longhorn, right?
It's like, oh, it's not really. I mean, longhorns though, dude, they're huge.
Okay.
Like literally longer than the width of this room. Like
no way.
There's next time you're here, because I found there's 2 bulls in the area. They have, you know, walking around this field. Carrie and I were driving, and I knew they were there. I'm like, well, you know, let's stop and see them.
Yeah.
And they're just in this kind of small field, not super huge, but I always drive by and they're by the road. And we had stopped, and someone had already stopped there that wanted to look at them. And the bulls were like threatened by them and were like doing like a charging stance. But these things are like, they're like this wide, like this round of their horns.
The horns, yeah.
Or this, and then freaking, and when they turn their heads, it's like, you know, it's gnarly. It's like they hit the ground. I'm like, you better back the fuck up.
Yeah.
These people were pissing these bulls off. We just want to take a picture.
Yeah.
But they stopped there, and then these things started moving towards them. And like they're, what do they call that? Not neighing, but braying, where they like stomp the ground.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm like, that thing's going to, you think that barbed wire fence is going to stop that thing? That thing weighs, and they're huge. That thing weighs more than the little blueberry you drove up here in.
Yeah.
Your little Yaris that you just parked. That thing weighs like 3 times the amount of that thing.
Yeah.
So anyways, we got some video of that. But anyways, the cow we got the skull we got, it might be a variant of a longhorn, but it's not like the big ass fucking.
Yeah.
It's like 3 feet wide. 3, maybe almost 4 feet.
Yeah. But it's pretty it's pretty Texas.
But yeah. Yeah, it's super Texas. We saw it at like a farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
So, or like a winter, I forget what they call it, like a Christmas theme, whatever. But these people, you know, at the had a booth, whatever, but they're from like Laredo, so like 4 or 5 hours south.
Yeah.
Bringing their wares up here, and good deal. Dude, I've seen them in stores. These things are like $1,000. Like $500 to $1,000 for these things.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, we found this one for $130. Like, let's get it. We're true Texans now. Like, we are.
Babe, we got to get it.
No one can question. Like, we get a couple Texas stars on the wall, and people go, oh, man, your family from
Yeah.
You got land up in here?
Yeah, we're born
original property owners? Yeah. So, it's cool.
Yeah, I hate it when Californians move here and buy houses.
Fuck them coastal elitists.
That's where you're from.
Yeah, there's a coast here. There's a coast in Texas. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool. We're stoked on it. I just kind of threw it on the wall right now just to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
But like leaving the fair, like I had to like make sure I wasn't gonna kill anyone with that thing.
Yeah, you start charging.
I had it like I had like my hand on the end. And I'm like walking around with the skull under my
you start
armpit.
praying or whatever your feet and just start charging.
Just put it on my head and just
get out the way.
So yeah, it's a good one. We got some other things there too, just decorations for the house and
little knickknacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, because we got like blank ass walls and stuff. So
yeah,
this is like the most decorated room, you know.
Yeah, you gotta start putting the guitars throughout the house, dude.
Yeah,
your glory days, your rock and roll days.
Yeah, I have a couple guitars. You have that like old K, like 1940s K.
Yeah,
probably just put it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when people come over, like, oh, you play guitar? Oh, that old thing.
Well, you do that, and also that your old Ovation or whatever.
Yeah, that one's in its case. I probably should take that thing to get fucking fixed.
Yeah,
or just find a pit somewhere.
No, get it fixed.
Now that I got it back from my fucking backstabbing brother, just clip the mic for no reason.
Son of a bitch.
Anyways, that's my what's new. What do you got?
Let's see. So, I guess I started another podcast. I really wasn't intentionally trying to, but I was helping a buddy. He moved back to San Diego. He was in Hollywood, a comedian friend of ours, Austin Train.
This has been begging for a podcast, actually.
Yeah,
keep going.
And I think he's should have one. He's kind of like a comedian where he's like, doing gigs and stuff like that. And he's making a name for himself, especially when he was in, L.A. But he's back down here, and he's like, oh, I don't know, it's like made him more of a name, prodigal son kind of style or whatever. But he's coming to San Diego, and he's doing a lot more like paid gigs and stuff like that. But there's some places where they're like, oh, all right, we want to see what's your social media like. What do you have? Any like videos? Do you have like videos of your stand up and like your podcast? And he's like,
a webcast?
I'm a stand-up comedian. He's like, yeah, I don't record videos of myself. What the fuck? And he's like, kind of realizing that some promoters are fucking stupid, where they're like, we need your social media. It's like, why? You don't.
We want to see the presence you have.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I want to like perform in front of people. It's like, oh no, yeah, that's second. We want to see your. And he's like, So he kind of felt like, he's like, well, I guess I should do a podcast and get some stuff going. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can help you out with that because I know I do video and audio and stuff.
I know a thing or two about podcasts.
Yeah, and I had
successful podcast.
Yeah, well, I had mentioned on the show before where he had like a gig and he wanted me to like record video for it and do some audio, and then I think that gig fell through. But I'm like, he's like, that was kind of his point. It's like, okay, can you, if I do like a bigger, maybe like supporting or headlining spot, can you record it? I'm like, okay, I'm totally down. But in the meantime, I'm like, okay, let's do some other thing if you want to get a podcast going. So he kind of was like, okay, cool. I'm like, what's yours? I'll help you do it. All the, audio, that technical stuff. Because like he's not into that. He's not. That's
he just wants to freaking
a lot of people
hit the ground.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't into like, oh, I want to learn recording and stuff like that. Because arguably, if you're not a musician, why? I think he's got a little recorder that he can talk into and kind of rehearse jokes or whatever. But he's like, that's not a podcast, type of thing.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's rich.
Write that down.
I got a dirty joke.
Yeah. And then, so I'm like, okay, let's get a podcast going. So I helped him out with it. And I'm like, okay, well, he's like, I don't have any guests. And like, he's asked people. And it's like, when you're starting a podcast and to like get like a guest on, they're like, yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Flake City. And then, so I'm like, okay. I mean,
especially comics. Can you believe?
I know.
More flaky person.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's just. I'll be your co-host. But I was kind of like, wasn't my goal because I'm like, I already have 2 podcasts, and then so
sure, why not? Let's do another.
And then so. Helping him out, and it's actually it's getting pretty good. He's actually getting the hang of it really well. I think the first couple episodes he was like, okay, you've listened to podcasts and he's been on them, but he's never really like, I'm like, you're the host, you gotta host this. I'm like,
yeah,
giving him like go. You have to do this. I can't come up with topics and try. I'll riff with you. What if I can't come up with topics for you?
Yeah.
Especially because, like I said, I have 2 other ones. And so I'm like, okay. And he's kind of like, we're on episode 7, and so I guess like I'm technically, I guess I'm not in the show. I'm the producer, but I'm like the second mic.
Yeah. You talk.
Yeah, and so I am. So I'm like essentially a co-host of the show, or as he says, I'm his sexual guru. The podcast is Off the Rails with Austin Train, and we're on 7, 8 episodes now.
Yeah,
getting a little bit of an audience. I've had people, old friends and people from high school and stuff like that, reaching out because they're listening to it. It's like, oh, you guys are really funny. Da, da, da. It's like, when's episode 7 coming out? Austin said you had it recorded. When's it coming out? Not
Jesus.
just being kind of funny, but it's also like, I want to listen to it. When's it coming out? I'm like, oh, we guess we got to figure out a schedule. So I'm talking with him because he's pretty loose about it. It's like, oh yeah, let's record if we can't.
Just whenever.
Yeah, and release it maybe like every week or every other week if you can, whatever. Well, okay, so we're getting a schedule down for that. And it's just a different thing because I'm not the host of it. I'm really now essentially like getting the vibe. He's getting the idea that he's the host of it, so he's got to bring it up. So he'll bring up different topics. And it's a comedy podcast, so it's different than this even. Even though I think we're pretty fucking funny.
Drop dead, dude.
So
gorgeous.
It's definitely a little more risque even than the Tone Jerks.
Yeah. I think I'm on. Yeah, I made it up to episode 6,
where he talks about he actually talks about going to a swingers club. So it's different type of show.
You need to do more of those, like the titles, like you have on that episode 6, though.
Yeah, I told him like, okay, I'll put it up there, and I'm like, you tell me what to name it, and he's kind of like, all right,
Austin goes to a sex club.
I think that was the name of episode 6. Austin goes to a sex club. He's like,
it just reminds me. It reminds me of It's Always Sunny.
Everyone should be Austin does this. Austin, yeah. I'm liking it. It's pretty funny, and it's like an old friend of ours, that we knew from high school. So Austin, and geez, I was friends with him since we were 5. So like I've been friends with this guy, and it's cool that he's moving back and kind of I'm able to reconnect with him in a different way. We're hanging out at least once a week, and then we're just kind of helping him out with this podcast. And he's, like I said, I'm like, I can see, I'm like, oh, getting listens. And he's like, possibly, like he even had like, oh, he posted on his, I think Facebook once, like, hey, I got a new podcast. It's up. It's off the rails. Da, da, da. And his like aunt was like, and I think his mom's like, oh, where do I listen to this? Like, don't listen to. He told him both like, don't listen to it. Jokes.
I don't even have my mom listen to this. I think my uncle. You got because he gets into it.
Yeah, you're like,
oh yeah.
It's like the episode Austin goes to a sex club talking about different penises and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, don't listen to this, mama.
Skip that one. I didn't go to. It was a joke. It was all a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So. I'll link it in the description. So it's technically, not technically. Like,
what's the name again?
Off the Rails with Austin Train. And
gotcha.
Kyle did the podcast artwork for it. So thank you, Kyle.
Oh yeah, I did it.
AI generated artwork Kyle made.
It's pretty good because it looks like a freaking child drew it.
Yeah, like a train on fire.
Train on fire, like with just aggressive scribbling with crayon.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
So that's kind of
fake.
Yeah, what's new? Not podcast related. So I'm like I said, I'm not on host of a podcast, but I technically, I guess, am at the moment a host of another podcast.
How does it feel to be a co-host, Brian?
I like it.
To take second fiddle.
My co-host, Brian, this is my sexual guru. The way he says that. He'll introduce it every time differently. He's like, we're recording live from Mar-a-Lago. We're recording live from Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Yeah.
I like it. Mar-a-Lago. And you got DJ.
Just whatever, it's controversial.
Yeah, at the moment. Yeah. Let's see. So as far as music wise, my band, we got a gig next month. opening up for Guttermouth, a band from Epitaph, shit like that.
Damn, that's crazy.
Playing at the Holding Company in Ocean Beach. And then it's on Friday, January 13th. So Friday the 13th. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
So I think we're one of the opening bands. We're doing like pre-sale tickets, but not like ones where you have to sell them all and you pay, you know, it's like, oh, you buy, whatever. It's like the way we get paid is through the pre-sale tickets.
Okay.
So if we don't sell them, then we don't get paid. So
that's all right too, though.
Yeah, which is good.
Don't have to pay for them.
Exactly. We don't have to pay. You know, like there's some like, you know, pay to play type shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this isn't one of them, which is good. At least promoter friend who is booking us, he's like, no, it's not shit like that. But he's like, but you won't get paid if you don't sell. Like you essentially per ticket that you sell. Yeah. Anyway, yada yada.
Yeah.
And so
it's old all ages shit.
Yeah, kind of like that. But I have some friends I even mentioned it to. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that place, and I like Guttermouth a lot. And also you. I mean, I want to see your band.
Yeah.
But they're also like, I do really want to see Guttermouth. And I'm like, yeah, I'll sell you a ticket then. So it's kind of a little easier than like a local band show where you have to sell pre-sale tickets. It's like, cool, a bunch of local bands. Yeah, that's a tough sell. It's like, oh, cool, discount Guttermouth tickets. Yeah, I'll get that. And then,
oh man, didn't we lost some tickets, or one of the drummer lost tickets for Epicenter one time?
Something like that. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. So we had to pull together like band fund or some shit like that. I was fucking pissed.
Or he left him at home or something. I think
he straight up lost him. Like he was like, I was with a friend, I lost him. I'm like, dude, we are you cunt. And then yeah,
because they want the tickets back if you haven't sold them.
Yeah,
like you don't understand that concept.
Yeah, fucking dipshit. But yeah, we're playing this show coming up, and so we're excited, obviously. And then this is a venue that I think they want us to use backline, so we got a list of the backline situation over there. And then I am looking at it, I'm like, doubt. Because it says the bass amp, an SVT7 Pro head, and an Ampeg Classic 810 cab.
A 7 Pro? Like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's kind of random.
Newer one. So I'm like, all right, doubt, let's go. And I was like, Enhance, going on like their Instagram page and Facebook page. I'm like, that's a fucking heart key cab, not Ampeg. Just a bunch of liars. And then they say for guitar amps, they have, let's see, Fender Tweed amp. Like, no, that's a hot rod. I'm like, okay, they don't know what they fucking have. So we're basically going to play the show, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, because, you know, I'm just going to go and use the amp on stage as my stage volume anyways, and everything's coming out of my dark glass.
Yeah.
But we're playing this, and there's a house kit that the openers are going to use, and Brian's kind of like, as a drummer, that's different. You're like, gonna play this shitty house kit. Like, cool, whatever. So we're excited to play the show, but it's also like at your gear wise. And Adam is looking at it like, okay, I have deluxe reverb on stage or a hot rod. He's like, they don't want him to bring his amp. He's like, all right, Gower, can I use your fractal? Fuck it, we're just gonna go fractal.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's do that. So yeah, that's the plan, staying for that show. Excited. If there's anybody San Diego that wants a pre-sale ticket, I'll sell you one.
Yeah. Or, outside the San Diego area.
Yeah, you can always come down. So, yeah, I think we're taking December easy. I think we had a couple show offers, but just I work retail, and it's so tough. Like, can you play this in like 8 days? I'm like, no. Can you play on a Saturday? I'm like, no. I work retail. I'm like, I'm a retail manager. I can't just take with like a week notice off, and I feel so bad for the guys. So I'm like, sorry guys, I can't fucking play it. I can't play it. Because I'm like, this is like the worst time of the year to get time off or whatever, and scheduling. I'm like, the fucking worst. I'm like, you understand? I'm like, this is like, what it's all about for my, it sounds stupid, but I'm like, I just can't. People are like, oh yeah, this is easy time for me. A lot of people in places like last month of the year, nothing going on, super good at my work. I'm like,
you're like fucking drowning
all day.
Give me a hand.
it's like 8 lines on the phone ringing. They all ask for me specifically, and then like, we need a manager. I'm like, fuck. It's just like,
get your running shoes on.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. I mean, not complaining. I've worked retail. It's not like the fucking biggest
you
deal.
signed up for this, dude. You can't complain.
Yeah, no, I knew exactly what's going on here. Yeah, along what's new. Along, kind of.
All right, you want to get out of here? We got
we got this topic. No. I think we can get this topic in. So this is a topic, kind of. I don't know. I think you said this, the stolen identity rig.
Yeah.
Or we want to come up with a rig. I don't know if we've done this before. But this could also be Tone Jerks Remembered.
It's identity crisis rig.
Identity crisis rig.
No,
where it's like
sounds better.
I like. Yeah, that's good.
It's like the New York Dolls. The
Stolen Valor rig here.
Yeah.
Which is a rig of all signature gear. I think each one of us can come up with a different rig using all signature gear. I was coming up with this, and I wanted to think of something a little outside of the box, but something that you could still use.
You want to go with yours first, or?
Yeah. Okay, so this one is a newer one, and I can't help it. I'm a fan. I can't help it. I'm a fan. Shoot me, okay? Whatever. Rhett Shull. He has a signature amp by the brand Port City, which is it's calling it the Granville, with the matching cab, which it has a 1x10 and a 1x12 in the cab. And I think it's based off of
interesting.
Oh shit! I should have wrote this down. I think it's like
it's based off of Shady Design.
No, it's like a Marshall kind of mixed with like a tweed, I believe.
Okay.
So, and it's from Port City. He's been playing some of their amps for a really long time. One of them, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like, I think the Port City Pearl amp, which he was saying it's like a 50-watt clean amp. It's like an amp that like just won't break up, and it gets fucking loud. And he likes it because it's like, with all these pedals that he's getting through the channel. And when he was I think it was one of his first big boy amps. He was saying it was between that at the time, because if you think about it at the time, he's about our age, maybe a little younger, but he's like, it was either a Mesa dual rectifier or this.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm kind of.
That's what they had in the store.
Yeah, he's
when
like,
you got it.
Dual rectifier is cool because it's like that was like when pop punk and shit like that was like big, and he was like, that stuff is cool, but he's like, he kind of went more the way of like being a session guitar player. It's like, yeah, dual rectifier can get a lot of places, but probably the clean platform was the best because it kind of pushed him more to do pedals and shit like that. So things worked closely with that company, and then they kind of approached him to do
nice
signature.
Cool.
I think that would be cool. And then this one's easy, slam dunk layup, whatever you want to call it. Hit it out of the park, pop fly into the end zone.
Yep.
Tom DeLonge, Gibson 333. I would want the Gibson one, and they do exist. They're out there, but they're for big money.
Like $3,000.
No, I think more than that.
Oh,
a buddy of mine had one of those, and he loved the shit out of it, because he's a big Blink fan. But he was like, I can't resist selling this thing because I knew how much money, and so I think he was able to like pay off a lot of bills, pay off so much shit, get
Oh yeah,
I think car payments and shit like that.
Finish off your car payments,
yeah, just from like it's like this one guitar.
Oh man, I'm looking at it here.
It's like $6,000.
I see like for 5,200.
Yeah, around
up
that.
to someone's trying to get 11,000 for him.
Yeah, so he was like kind of like as much as a fan you are, as much of a fan as you are, it's like I mentioned this on the Patreon. I should have mentioned on the I'm still suffering with my tongue bite here, so I went to the dentist and like I grind my teeth at night.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Apparently, I also have gotten my tongue in the mix there when I'm doing the grinding, and so
the grind.
So I'm like, past like week or so, I've been like kind of like having like a little swollen tongue. So when I talk, sometimes I'm like talking like this, and so I do it on the podcast too. It's like, hey guys, I'm talking about the Red Soul amp. It's pretty cool. I'm trying not to do it, but I'm doing a little bit more now. And I think
all right, sorry, let me make fun of you.
Having a beer here doesn't help either. But fuck
yeah.
It. Oh, fuck it. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to drink a beer. What's the big deal, Kyle? You guys fucking.
As long as you don't start to slur, you'll be fine. Different slurs.
Use this joke will be my 4th or 5th time. Like once I start slurring my slurs. And so so Tom DeLonge Gibson 333. And like I said, my buddy had it, and I played it, and I let me borrow it for a little bit. Very cool guitar.
Probably not worth.
Not worth. I wouldn't.
Not 5. Not even.
Yeah, under $2,000 for sure.
Yeah,
I would say closer to 1,500.
Yeah,
but those 333s that are non-Tom DeLonge ones are going for $2,000. Those were the cheap alternatives to 335s because they have the cutout for the control panel in the back, so that you don't have to like use fucking fishing line and fucking changing your
rubber bands and
fucking, and those are I would say $2,000 to $2,500 for those. Like, okay, you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh with that. I did want one back, like, in the day. When you were looking on Reverb and you can actually find deals nowadays, everybody's trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
Everybody, for everything. And I'm like, okay, $2,500 for an 333? Come on. Or Mexican Strat for like $800? Come on, man.
Yeah. Squires for $5.
And buyer's market, capitalism, blah, blah, whatever buzzwords. I'm like, no, it sucks dick. That's what it is.
That's my conclusion.
Yeah. So do you. And then a wah here went a little out there. Went Dunlop KH95, the Kirk Hammett signature, Crybaby. Because when you think of wah, who do you think of? The king of wah. Kirk Hammett. He's just like every fucking solo, just wah, 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 wah. I think on stage he has 3 wahs. So that depending on where he is on stage, he has the remote wah going. And then
he's got a wah in his back pocket.
Yeah. Just
his wallet.
There you go. And then the TC Electronic Dreamscape, John Petrucci signature multi-effects pedal. So it's a chorus.
Joe Petrucci?
Joe Pesci.
And John Satriani?
Yeah, yeah. It's a chorus flanger vibrato and has the tone print technology. Adam, my guitarist.
Technology. Yeah.
He has one. He loves it. It actually does sound great. He was like,
nice.
I don't think he was like, he didn't get it because of John Petrucci. He got it because it's like 6 effects and you can just tone print them in there if you wanted to.
Well, it's cool is normally like a signature pedal is like a freaking overdrive,
mm-hmm.
or a distortion.
Yeah, and he's
or a wah.
He actually is just like, he's like, I really like it just for the chorus, actually. And then, because I guess back in the day, they used to use a lot of like modulation with just in case. He's like, okay, I can get a flange sound that we used to do back in the day and a chorus sound. Like, it's like, I don't really need to have these on there, but it's nice. And the fact that like it's so easy to dial in. I'm like, all right, I like that. And then my last one, thinking of pedals that I could use, I'm gonna need an overdrive. So we're going Wampler Paisley Drive. So it's Brad Paisley. It's an 808 with like more presence and shit and stuff like that on it. And it's Wampler. He's Brian Wampler. He's like king of overdrives over there.
He's a bro.
He knows what he's doing. So I think honestly that would be a really cool signature only rig.
He knows what he's doing to me.
Come on, big Bri. Big time. Yeah, I like that. So that's simple, but it's like I could actually see myself using that rig. What do you have? What you got going on?
Damn, you mentioned Kurt Hammett, or Hammock. Was that Kirk Hammock?
Oh yeah, I mentioned Kirk Hammett, but you're talking about a new signature artist, Kurt Hammond.
Hammond, yes. So I have the Randall KH 103 3-channel mini mode 100 watt head.
Damn.
So it's a Yeah, high gain stage amplifier.
Yeah.
You can't, unless it says stage on it, you can't use it on stage.
100%.
So, dude, this thing looks kind of cool, actually. It's got like green light on the inside, like green LEDs or whatever, and then it's got like some mesh, like a, I don't know, it looks very like 80s sci-fi to me.
Okay. Yeah,
like spaceship. But it's pretty sick. This thing looks pretty cool. It's up there in price, though.
We're talking about like $2,000?
Yeah, like 3.
3?
Yeah.
Woo. I bet
It's
there's
weird,
like a
though.
clean channel on there that sounds like ass.
It says in the description 100 watt. Now I'm reading they call it 100 watt in the description, I guess in the title, but in the description it shows it as a 120 watt. So I don't think this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. It's just going to be a monster amp.
Oh, there's a 101, 125, and 120. I guess there's probably a little
Attenuator
switch.
Or some shit like that.
It's a tube and and solid state also. I don't even know what the fuck. Anyways, it probably sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, distortion. I'm sure it sounds great.
Yeah. And then I guess you'd have to get a signature guitar. So I have the ESP Kirk Hammett signature KH2, the vintage distressed black. So it's got like, it's got, I mean, it's pretty sick, dude. It's relict.
Yeah.
Right? It's got some stickers on it like he has on his guitar apparently.
Yeah.
And it has a label, like a label printer, says Kirk's guitar on it.
Okay.
And the best part, it's got skulls in the inlay.
Okay, that's the super strat looking one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember thinking that the ESP one looked kind of cool because of the black inlay, the black guitar skull inlays. I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Okay. It's
not
a joke,
not the relic one, but
yeah, it would. I would play this, but it does look. It's cheesy.
Yeah.
But I would still play it.
Yeah.
The headstock actually is pretty cool. It's a pointy boy.
Yeah.
But it's like pointy in the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like pointy for just all point, just to be pointy.
Like,
because they're like, we don't want to get sued.
Yeah. It's pointy and like, hey, this is going to chip. This part right here, totally going to chip off.
How many angles to make it a triangle? Like, fuck. They're with their fucking protractor. Shit.
Oops, all angles.
Yeah, measuring like a Charvel, like a 80s Charvel, then going to this and like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Oh my.
We don't want to get sued again.
Again.
Yeah, it's ESP, man. They got sued big time, I think, in the mid 80s.
Big time.
Big time. And then pedals. I have the Annihilator 2, which is a KHDK pedal.
Okay. So it's all Kirk. Kirk.
Yeah, and you know what? It is a signature pedal, but it's also made by our featured signature artist. So it's double. So I get extra points for this. So this is the Doyle.
Yeah.
Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein signature pedal. So it's a octave down tone. I guess there's a tone knob on here somewhere. I can't fucking find it. But so it says literally the description. It's your signal plus octave down tone plus boost. Thank you so much for helping me with that. But it's got a boost. It's got 2 different octaves on it. I guess you can filter in your tone more into the octave. I don't know, or the tone of the octave. It's cool. It's glow in the dark. So that's probably why I gravitated towards it.
Yeah.
And because I saw that guy, I think I've seen him twice at NAMM. So like, I mean,
dude's jacked.
I gotta buy it. Yeah, dude. Dude's like, you have like posers,
Yeah.
Which I think this guy is, but this guy is so dedicated.
Yeah.
That he's the so real,
Yeah.
He's flipped it back. He's back,
Yeah.
He's real as fuck, dude.
Too fast. Too furious.
Who knows? That pedal probably sounds like shit though, but it's in the signature line.
Yeah.
And then, and you guessed it, it's another KHDK pedal.
Yeah.
It's the Unicorn Blood 3.
Okay.
So this isn't a signature pedal for anyone else other than, I mean, it's made by,
Kirk Hammett. Yeah.
Kit Harington, right?
Yeah.
This guy. So it is a, let's see. It's a fuzz. It's an octave fuzz.
What?
So probably sounds like
yeah.
dick.
Yeah. Just.
But it looks cool. I mean, I think the 1 and the 2 look cool. They have like a really like cartoonish looking graphic.
Yeah.
And the third one's like metal unicorn with an axe and a dragon, it's fighting and it's like sick, dude. And then you mentioned, so my next one, you mentioned a crybaby.
Yeah.
So why not throw a Kyle hamstring
ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich signature crybaby.
KH.
Which it's the KH95.
Yeah.
Which has this is the one with the skeleton foot on it. So it's like
I think that was what I was looking at too.
That's what you had. Yeah, it's like, oh, it feels like you're driving a freaking Mustang or something.
Dragula.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you guess what my next one. I picked 4 pedals.
Yeah.
This is the KH95X. This is the purple one.
Oh, so you got 2 wahs.
2 wahs from the same fucking brain.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We're going all the way.
At both ends of your pedal board, because you never know.
When you could be like,
yeah,
you could be,
you walk on both. Walk. You sound like Pac-Man.
Sounds like a fucking duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the X. So this is the purple one. It's got the skull guitar. It's gold with the cable coming out of it on the, the footprint or the foot
gotcha
pedal part.
You know what?
Man.
Kirk Hammett signature stuff that you'd mentioned, I doubt he plays any of this shit, because I think they are just doing Fractal XFX 3.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So everybody's just like, well, yeah.
I did have a serious one, though.
Okay,
do that one real quick?
Actually, the Kirk Hammett one wouldn't be too bad.
It'd probably rock.
Cool to play.
Yeah, you got fuzz in there. You got some fuzz, 2 octave pedals, I guess, in there.
Yeah.
So you get real low.
Just Gain City. All right, you had a real one?
Yeah, a real one. So Carvin Legacy 3, Steve Vai, the amp, and the cab.
Yes.
So it looks pretty sick. It's like brown, leather-wrapped cab, like with the swirl type I don't know how to describe it.
Artwork or whatever the hell, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a cool metal-faced cabinet. You can look it up on me. I could bring it up, I guess, on here. But
I remember the Legacy amps being pretty, like, good for like. You're like, this shit, like, from Carvin? Are you really?
Yeah.
Like, why did Steve Vai go with Carvin? That's one thing I was like,
it's kind of random,
so weird. But I remember, I think actually hearing one in the flesh at a show that we played. It was like a punk band. I'm like, why do you have this?
It's my dad's.
Yeah, and I'm sure they weren't super expensive either. But you can get those, and especially if they were used, people were like,
I mean, you can get this setup.
Yeah,
they call it green/western. So it's like a mint color metal grill, and then the brown leather. This is $2,000 this guy wants for it, but it's the cab and the.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but I mean, I would buy if it was cheaper, obviously, and I wanted it really bad. Yeah. I'd go to Kentucky to get this thing. Steve Vai, that'd be pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, I like it.
And then signature guitar, I'd probably go with the Ernie Ball, St. Vincent, the Goldie Silk Velveteen, which is it's the triple
humbucker, right?
Humbucker setup. It's the gold foil looking, whatever called. I mean, yeah, they're gold. They look like gold foils. I don't think they actually are though. They can be.
Yeah. No, I think they're the mini.
Oh, it says gold foil mini humbucker. Okay, so it's it's not a real. I don't think it's a real. Yeah. But it's in the cherry color, like the dark red. Very cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that's a really cool guitar.
I don't have a red guitar, and I don't have a guitar that has like so many angles either.
Yeah, the Budweiser bow tie guitar.
It's exactly what it looks like. That's probably why I was like, "Damn,
oh man, I'm thirsty.
It's Budweiser time." No, Miller time. But this guitar is $3,000. So that's the other part. That's like, look, St. Vincent. I can't name a song. You ain't that special, and your guitars probably are too expensive.
Yeah, why don't you knock it down a grand here?
Yeah, knock you down a peg and knock you down a couple grand. Actually,
yeah.
This might be $1,000 guitar. Well, I don't know. I don't know what goes.
Well,
into these.
They make the Sterling version.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Shit, dude.
Shit, motherfucker.
So I didn't really make a usable rig on this one. I kind of, I spent most of my time on the KH models.
Yeah.
But this is another wah.
Okay.
So it's the ultimate crybaby, actually.
Yeah.
So this one is not only the crybaby, but it's signatured after a crybaby. This is the Joe Bonamassa crybaby.
There you go.
It's a JB95, baby.
The crybaby. Baby ballin' Joe.
Yeah, dude. It's funny.
It was like, people make fun of me on fucking social media. I'm like, well, yeah.
You don't have to. It's not a train station, dude.
You gotta announce.
We're not announcing departures, okay?
Yeah. Don't go on Reddit.
Damn. Anyways, that was my more serious rig.
I like that.
I guess.
I'm sure actually the Joe Bonamassa wah is probably.
They're all the same.
I don't get that with wahs. There's so many signature ones. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing to make this an Eddie Van Halen?
It's the paint. It's the paint.
There really can't be that many difference in wahs.
No.
No,
not at all.
I have 3, and to me, they all sound the fucking same. They're just different. One's pink, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
One of them's smaller, and I think that's cool. And the other one is the one that I don't have to click to engage, and I think that's cool.
The mini one, right?
Yeah, I have 2 mini ones. One that's like the Chihuahua, which I think is a great pedal still. It's like kind of think of a Boss or like, the Line 6 tone core stuff, but you're pushing it down as opposed to rocking it back and forth.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I'm like, it's on my old PT3 board, put into the case. I should probably take it off that board.
Yeah, get it out of there.
And my old gigging board, it's all just a ghost town now.
This board. Anyways.
But anyways, so let's bring it on home. I like that little the stolen identity rig. Is that what it was, or lost identity?
Identity crisis.
Identity crisis. I like that. Identity crisis. What we're gonna call it. The identity crisis.
I said New York Dolls, but that's personality crisis, which that'll work too.
Yeah.
Personality crisis. That's actually a pretty sick song.
Yeah, I like that. Like, you can't come up with your own personality. I'm like, I'm Joe Bonamassa now.
Yeah. I'm a bitch. About everything.
A baby bitch. Ballin' baby bitch. Let's see. Let's bring it in for the landing. All right. Just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. We're Instagram. Oh, you're like, you said it wrong, stupid. We're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group linked in the description, but you can also search the Tone Jerks. You'll find it. And then we're on, let's see, YouTube. We're putting the episodes up there. So youtube.com/I think the Tone Jerks. Give us a sub. Give us a dom over there. We're steaming right along to 300 subs.
Cleveland steaming right along.
Cleveland steaming. And then if you really like the show, you can help support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. You get a bonus secret podcast to your RSS feed of your, put that in your favorite podcatcher or whatever. And you get a new episode every Tuesday, which is a different one from this one. And, get a little bit more rowdy behind the paywall over there. Some, jerks gone wild over there. Over 260 bonus episodes. I think we're getting, we're getting past 260 over there on Patreon. So, you get the bonus ones for the $2, but just for the support, we wanted to give you all a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Why don't you give it to?
I got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast. I have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects, Joe from the Like My Network, Will Lehue from Energy Weapon, and Tony DeGraw from the Signal Path Podcast. They're all doing the Just Surprise Me podcast. They're all doing the Masters of the Cinematic Universe. Also, Texas Boggle State Champs.
Yep.
Texas State Boggle Champs, sorry. Yeah. Texas Size 10-4 also.
There you go.
Those boys love Texas, but none of them live here.
Yep.
I know what it's like, dude. I know what the grind is. I know what the yeehaw is all about, dude.
I got this fucking longhorn and this long cut.
Yeah, longhorns, long cut, and long.
Yeah.
RJ Smith. Speaking of long ones, we got RJ Smith from Teletalks. We got Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from He Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides. Check him out. Alvaro Viramontes. Oh, so with Night Tides, which is cool, with the Spotify thing, you know how it's doing the presentation on the Wrapped?
Yeah.
Spotify Wrapped. Mm-hmm. It was playing like a Night Tide song.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I'm like, oh, this is cool. It didn't say it was in my top whatever. I'm like,
yeah,
which, I probably should. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I've listened to enough where it knows. I'm like, I like that. So it's cool. Anyways.
It's a good song. Yeah,
I just gave Co not even a penny.
Yeah. It was, fuck, I got to call him back. He called me while I was at work. And I'm like, oh, I'll give you a call
Co
back.
Called you?
Oh, yeah.
Bitch didn't call me again. I got to call his ass again?
Yeah, I got to call him back. Oh, we actually wanted to get him on the show. We need to figure that out. It took us 7 months to get Johnny on the show? So we shouldn't wait 7 months to get him on the show.
It'll take 10 months to get Co, because Co's got a job that starts at sunrise.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's up with the fucking roosters probably.
Yeah. Out there in Coxville.
Yeah. There you go. Damn. He's not in Knoxville, dude. He's in Gas Station Gasville.
Gas City.
Taking my truck down to the gas station.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter from Nutter Guitars.
Oh, wait, what's
Mel
that?
Chipson.
Your grandma's house?
Yeah.
the gas station.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn. The Minge Mobile. Was that your mom's car?
No, it was
Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig. Hugh G-Rection. And Denny Whacked It.
Oh, yeah.
The Guy Fecta. I was trying to think of another one, but, I'll go with another time. Zach Hale, the ring leader.
Yeah.
He's a gang leader.
Bling leader.
Yeah. What? What is it?
Bling leader.
Oh. Bling leader?
Yeah, because I get the fucking bling.
Oh.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
Fucking move on.
Yeah. Go one.
Yeah.
Eric Merrow from YouTube.
Aren't you
Scott Hamilton.
Brian?
Actually, on Eric's doing more on Instagram too, so check out his Instagram page too.
He's got the PV. You seen that shit?
Yeah, he's got a PVPA.
Yeah. And
I want the bass amp still.
Yeah,
I do not need it, nor do I have room for it.
Just get some sun amps.
You know what? It could go right here.
Yeah, some sun amps, dude. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Just stack it on top of my 810 right there.
Put it in your wife's office.
Yeah. and play it with my. I have a wireless.
Oh yeah, perfect.
She'll love it. So I could play in there, and I could feel like how it is through the wall.
Like, babe, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes.
Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast, Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices, Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram. We got Matthew Fenslaw, Michael McVeigh, Matthew Davis, Chase Stevens, and Pete from Over There.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.